Hello, welcome back to Operation Iron Fist. This is KMT USA Turn 9. We're finally getting into the action. Unfortunately, that means my tech has dried up a little bit. So we succeeded on heavy strategic bombers and amphibious doctrine. No, what was it? It was heavy armor. So heavy armor is at stage 1 now, and we have completed heavy strategic bombers. Everything else failed. I rolled out on Dice Maiden for this because I wanted to know if I would get anything good, and I got one thing at least. So, yay. I don't think there's any. The Italian submarine did not roll for their rating. They maxed out the line, so Britain's down another two from the Italian turn. I think that's all for housekeeping. So on to KMT. We are going to buy one infantry. You can ignore all this for now. US is not doing any funny business or anything. Don't worry about it. Alright, KMT has a combat move. We're going to go into Kwangtung with all but our AA and one infantry, which is going into Hunan. Hopefully he doesn't run away. I want that money. So, infantry, mountain, and artillery from Kweichow. 4 cavalry, 1 infantry, and a fighter from Yunnan are going into Kwangtung. And the AA are being left behind, and so is the militia, because they can't move. And there's our purchase. So, bring this down to the battle board. Alright, so we've got fighter at 6, first strike artillery at 2. They've got 2 first strike artilleries, oops. And they're going to borrow these guys for now. They've got 2 first strike artilleries at 3. We've got 4 cavalry at 2. We'll put the mountain infantry at 3, boosted by the artillery. 2 infantry at 1. And they got 2 infantry at 4. That's everything, right? Yeah. So, first strike, 1 at 2. And 2 at 3. No hits all around. Alright, 2 infantry at 1. 10 to 12 they retreat, so that's 1 retreat and 1 hit. 4 at 2. There's 1 hit, no retreats. 1 at 3. There's another hit, so we're at 1, 2, 3 hits so far. This could be bad, actually. That is another hit, so we have wiped them out. But that also means we are stuck in Kwangtung. Oh, we'll see how that goes. And they both missed, so Japanese are wiped out. We took no casualties. 1 retreat. Alright. I guess we'll take the brunt of the Japanese counterattack. We'll see how that goes. Wasn't hoping for 4 hits there. And then we get to roll for this guy, see if he retreats. Nope, so we do get that. How nice. Where's the other guy? So this guy retreats back to, oh, I guess there was 1 from, I'll have to, alright, 1 to 6 he came from Yunnan, 7 to 12 he came from Kweichow. Alright, so this guy retreats back to Yunnan. We're going to place another infantry in Yunnan. Actually, we'll put them in Kweichow. The AA will move back to Yunnan. Maybe I should have sent an AA in. Fighter lands in Yunnan. We'll see how we do in the defense. Might be not too good for the KMT. We'll actually leave a AA here. Yeah, and that'll be it for the KMT. Now we're collecting. Burma Road is closed, so we're up to 5. At least we're making some money. Okay. Now on to the US. We've got 75 to spend. We're spending all of it. We are doing, with improved construction and Big Blue Fleet, which we happily have, carrier costs 3 and battleship costs 4. We got 2 heavy cruisers for 4 each with improved construction. Heavy strategic bomber for 13. This is for the ships over here. Light cruiser for 8. 2 marines, a fighter. We will be lend-leasing the KMT some... Actually, scratch that. Since we took the territory, we'll send him a militia to help him in defense. Should we? Yeah, we'll send him militia. Why did it go down to? What's it not counting? Oh, it's not counting that. Okay. So, militia upgrade for the KMT, or regular militia for the KMT, strategic rocket, British fighter, and a French medium tank. And that would be everything we have. Combat moves. We're finally getting into some of the action. So, these 2 battleships are going to come down here and shoot their big guns at the Marshall Islands while this transport drops off 2 infantry. And we hope they don't get a hit and survive that. Tactical bomber's going to go 1, 2, 3. That's all for the Pacific. Over here, this transport's coming out of port, picking up the artillery and infantry, and it's going 1, 2 right here. It's going to drop the artillery in Sardinia and the infantry in southern Italy. The tactical and fighter are going to go 1, 2, 3 to southern Italy. The heavy cruiser is going to come over here and bombard, and the rest of the fleet is going to come over here to protect that transport. I believe the seaplane can scramble because there's an amphibious assault in this zone and there's a seaplane hangar here, but the rest of the fleet is here escorting, so it wouldn't do much. And then the transport up in Nova Scotia is going to pick up the light tank and infantry and leave from A18 going 1, 2, 3 because of the major port. If I am allowed to split my forces into combat and non-combat, then I will do that. The infantry will go to Normandy and capture that. The light tank will go to southern England. If I can't split them up, one goes to combat, one goes to non-combat, then this light tank will just stay in Nova Scotia. Yeah. Otherwise, the light tank's going to southern England. Battleship is going to come over here, and I guess there's no point in bombarding, but it'll do it anyway. And that should be all the combat for the United States. So, we'll take this. I need some dice. We've got 2 first strikes at 4. Nice. Both hit. So, we take the Marshall Islands. no casualties. We take Sardinia, no casualties. It's a walk-on for the artillery. We've got a first strike at 2 for the heavy cruiser. That's a miss. Then we have 1 infantry at 1 in the mountains. Missed. Fighter at 6. A missed. Tactical at 7. Hit. And then a militia at 2. Nice. So we capture southern Italy. No casualties. The 2 planes will land with the carrier. And the seaplane dies, doesn't get to defend. We capture Normandy. And that is all the combat. So on to non-combat. These guys are not going into port. That would be a bad move. This destroyer is going off escort duty and joining this fleet. It's 1, 2, 3. This destroyer is going to come off escort duty and join the ships. These 2 coastal subs are going to A39. This transport is going to pick up marine and infantry and go strategic naval move 1, 2, 3, 4, and go into port in Gibraltar. These 2 infantry from New York are going to rail up to Nova Scotia. Medium bomber from Nova Scotia is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to southern England. Seaplane from Puerto Rico is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Nova Scotia. Battleship from P76 is going 1, 2. It's at P39. 2 coastal subs at P30 are going 1 to P29. The rest of the fleet from P29 is going to join the battleships and transport in P47. Gonna hunker down in the Marshall Islands. Tactical's landing on the carrier. The light cruiser and destroyer from P25 are going 1, 2, 3, 4 to the Marshall Islands. P47. Transport in P25 is picking up the infantry and marine and bringing them to Hawaii. 1, 2, and it's going in port. That should be all for the U.S. Okay. Actually, this destroyer that was on escort duty in A35 is going to go join this fleet instead. And we'll take the light cruiser as well. Instead of going there, it's going from A44 1, 2, 3 to join that fleet. We'll leave the destroyer down here, and the light cruiser will go up here. So that's the destroyer, battleship, light cruiser, and transport up there. And 3 destroyers, heavy cruiser, fleet carrier with fighter and tactical by Italy. Alright, and then place units. French medium tank is going to leave the Carolinas, going 1, 2, 3, to British Guyana, 1, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Gibraltar, 1, 2, 3, 4 to Ascension, and 1 to Cameroon. The British fighter is going to leave New England, or I guess New York, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't go there, never mind. We're going 1, 2 to Nova Scotia, then 1, 2, 3 up here to southern England. KMT militia is going to leave San Francisco, going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 to Guam. 1, 2 to Guangdong. And that should be all the Lend-Lease. Heavy strategic bombers going to New York. Light cruiser is going San Francisco, not in port. Fighter is going San Francisco. Strategic rocket is going to London because we should still have, yeah, we definitely have it. We got containing communism. And the 2 Marines are going to go to, didn't I buy artillery? No, I didn't. I just got 2 Marines. 1 Marine will go to New England. 1 Marine will go to San Francisco. And US is now making 66 plus 12 as 78. Should be everything. Alright. On to Germany for turn 10. Last turn they can use Blitzkrieg, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't hurt us too much.